So, you've heard all the hype about AI, right? But how do you actually turn it into a service that people will pay for? Well, today we're going to break down a really practical, repeatable way to do exactly that by offering AI-powered market research. Let's dive in. Everything starts with this one simple truth. Market research feels like homework. You know it does. It's that tedious digging that every entrepreneur kind of dreads because it slows them down. They want to be building, not reading. And that feeling? That's your opportunity. I mean, just imagine that. What if you could be the person who wades through all the noise and chaos of the internet and comes back with a short, confident summary and a clear plan? For a busy founder, that isn't just a service, it's a massive sigh of relief. We have all been there, right? You're drowning in tabs, telling yourself just one more search. The key thing to realize is you're not selling information, you're selling a decision. You're basically a translator between the messy internet and a person who's trying to build something cool. You're selling clarity. Okay, so how do you actually package this up? How do you create a simple, powerful offer that people instantly get? Let's talk about how to define your service. Here are 3 awesome options you can literally just copy and paste to get started. The first one is all about speed and simplicity. The second one hones in on the competition. And that third one, it's perfect for anyone who's not sure if their big idea is even worth the effort. See how they all promise an outcome, not just a document? That's crucial. And that's what decision ready really means. You're not delivering a 12-page document full of maybes. No way. If your report doesn't change what your client does next, if it doesn't actually impact their actions, then it's not a report, it's just a blog post. Now for the engine behind this whole thing. We're going to walk through a repeatable 3-step AI workflow that's going to give you quality and speed every single time. But hold on, before we even get to step 1, there's a step 0, and you absolutely cannot skip this. You need a crystal clear 1-paragraph brief from your client. What decision are they trying to make? Who's it for? If you skip this, the whole thing falls apart. Just remember the golden rule of AI. Garbage in, garbage out. Okay, once you've got that solid brief, the workflow itself is beautifully simple. First, you get the lay of the land with market intel. Second, you find the gaps with competitive intel. And third, you make the call with idea validation. Let's break down how these build on each other. So step 1 is all about the big picture. You're going to use AI to quickly digest all those dense market reports and economic data. But your job here is to be a ruthless editor. Cut the fluff. You're looking for the 3 to 5 trends that matter right now. Nobody needs a long history lesson. Step 2, this is where we find the gold. We're not just making a list of competitors, we're actively hunting for their weaknesses. What are customers complaining about over and over again in their reviews? This is how you find a real, authentic opening for your client. And this right here, this competitor matrix, is a deliverable that clients absolutely love. The magic is all in that last column. You can use AI to scan thousands of reviews to find these real complaints, and then you just flip them. If their competitor is too generic, your client is tailored for your niche. If they take weeks to set up, your client is ready in minutes. See? It's positioning based on real customer pain. And finally, step 3 brings it all home. We take all that market data, all those competitor weaknesses, and we use AI to synthesize it into a simple go, no-go scorecard. We answer the client's biggest question. Based on all this evidence, should I do this? It gives them a clear, defensible recommendation. So you've run the workflow, but the job isn't over yet. Not even close. Because this next part, turning the messy AI output into a polished, professional report, this is where you really add the value. And this slide shows that transformation perfectly. On the left, you've got what the AI spits out. Long definitions, vague filler. On the right, you have what you deliver. A sharp, 1-page summary, a clear scorecard, that competitor matrix. You're the curator. The formatting is the product. And here it is. This is the exact table of contents for a report that sells. It's structured, it's logical, and it answers every single key question a founder has. This is your template. You can just reuse this for every client, which is what makes this whole thing so scalable. Okay, so that's the system. But theory is one thing, and action is another, right? How can you actually get this thing off the ground, like this weekend? Let's map it out. It really can be this simple. On day 1, you build your proof. Just pick a niche that you think is interesting, run the process for a made-up company, and create one really solid sample report. Day 2 is all about marketing. Share a few screenshots of the best parts, the matrix, the scorecard, and reach out directly to people who might need this.
And please remember this. Do not get stuck trying to create the perfect report. That's not the goal. Your goal is not to become a world-renowned analyst on day one. Your first goal is to get your first paying client, deliver real value, and then build from there. Action is what creates momentum.
So to wrap this all up, the most important thing to leave you with is this. Your buyer isn't paying you for 100 pages of data. They're not buying a novel. They are buying confidence. They're paying to have their uncertainty reduced. And really, what's more valuable than that?